Planning to travel to Europe? Here are some tips you should know. Europe, a continent rich in history, culture, and mouth-watering cuisine, can be quite an adventure for first-time tourists. From the sun-soaked beaches of Spain to the romantic streets of France and the historic ruins of Italy, there's so much to explore and experience, but a little guidance can go a long way in making your trip smooth and memorable. So buckle up as we dive into our first tip. Tip number 1, get familiar with the local language. Now, we're not saying you need to be fluent, but knowing a few key phrases can go a long way. Please, thank you, and excuse me are always a good start. It's not just about communicating, it's about showing respect for the culture you're stepping into. Now on to cultural norms. Every country has its own set of unwritten rules. In Spain, for instance, it's customary to kiss on both cheeks when greeting. In Italy, never order a cappuccino after a meal, it's seen as a morning drink. Knowing these little nuances can help you blend in and avoid potentially awkward situations. And let's not forget history. Having a basic of a country's past can enhance your appreciation of the sights you're seeing. Imagine standing before the Colosseum with grasp of Roman history. It's like having a secret key to unlock a deeper travel experience. Now that you've got the linguistic part covered, here comes the second tip. Don't forget the power adapter, and while we're at it, let's delve into some practical travel hacks. Tip number 2, choose the right company. If you're flying from the USA, consider airlines that offer good deals and comfortable travel experiences. It's always wise to compare prices and services before booking. Tip number 3, finding affordable accommodation can be a game changer for your trip. Use hotel comparison websites or apps to find cheap and comfortable hotels that suit your budget and your needs. And lastly, some general travel hacks. Have digital and physical copies of your important documents. Use packing cubes to maximize suitcase space, and always pack a mini first aid kit for emergencies. These little things can make your journey smoother and stress-free. Now, on to the next set of tips. Tip number 4, always have local cash. While credit and debit cards are widely accepted in Europe, there are still some places, particularly smaller establishments and outdoor markets, where cash is king. In most of Europe, the currency used is the euro. Having local currency on hand ensures you're ready for anything, from a spontaneous street food purchase to a friendly tour guide. Moving on to tip number 5, respect local customs and traditions. Europe is a mosaic of cultures, each with its own unique customs and traditions. Being mindful and respectful of these can enhance your travel experience and make it more authentic. Finally, tip number 6, always be aware of the local laws and regulations. Ignorance is not an excuse, and respecting local laws not only keeps you out of trouble, but also shows respect for the country you're visiting. With these tips in mind, you're now ready to conquer any European adventure. And there you have it, 6 essential tips for traveling in Europe. From respecting local customs to staying vigilant about your belongings, these pointers are your passport to a seamless journey. Make the most of public transport, embrace the local cuisine, and always have a backup plan. Remember, preparation is key when traveling. So keep these tips in mind and you'll surely have a memorable European journey. Safe travels.